Hey friends, let's talk about addition. So you're going to start learning about addition and admentum today. Addition is when you take two numbers and you add them together, you join them together. So addition is a joining action of putting two things together. So we're going to talk about some addition strategies. So some ways that you can solve addition problems, different strategies you can use to solve problems. And the idea here is that there are many, many different strategies that you can use, but you pick the one that works for you. So I have the I can up here. That's just telling me that I can. The first strategy we're going to talk about is use objects. I can use objects. Now, objects can be any kind of small little thing that you can manipulate and move around that you have at home already. It doesn't have to be a specific math tool. You could use crayons. You could use Q-tips. You can use cotton balls, pieces of cereal, small toys, anything really, anything that's small that you can just move around. So I drew squares. If I had little squares, maybe I have blocks that are this shape, I would use objects. So if I was trying to solve 3 plus 2, I would need 3 of one object or 3 of that object in one group. And then I would need 2 in a different group. But then when I add them all together, so I would have 2 sets, I would push them together, join them together, and then I would count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. So I can do that with these little circle counters that I have. So I have some blue and some green little circles. So you just use whatever you have available. So if I wanted to solve 4 plus 2. So 4, that's my first addend. An addend is one of the numbers that you're adding together. So 4 plus 2. So 4 is my first addend. So I'm going to make a group of 4. And then 2 is my second addend. So then I need to make a group of 2. But now I'm adding these two groups together, so I'm joining them together. So I'm just going to push them all together like that. So now I count how many I have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that tells me that 4 plus 2 equals 6. All right, let's try a different one. Let's do 5 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my first addend, 5 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. So you use a joining action. Count all of those and see how many do I have all together. If I'm adding 5 plus 3, I'm going to add them, push them all together. How many do I have in all? What is my total? So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's telling me that 5 plus 3 equals 8. So 5 and 3 are my addends. And then when I put them together, when I get my total of them together, I call that my sum. So in this problem, 3 is an addend. There's your plus sign. 2 is your other addend, your equal sign, and then 5 is your sum. 5 is the total of what you get when you put 3 and 2 together. So you can use objects. You might be adding some bigger numbers later on, like if I'm adding 2 plus 11. Like 11, that's going to take a while to get 11 pieces. Generally, if it's more than 10, it's going to take a while to count out that many. So I can also use objects with another strategy we'll talk about later, which is counting on. So if I'm doing 2 plus 11, I'm going to put 11 in my brain, and I'm just going to use objects for the 2 that I'm adding. So I'm going to count 11, 12, 13. So 2 plus 11 would be 13. We'll worry about that later, but for now you should just be adding numbers that your sum is going to be 10 or less, but you might add some greater numbers, and that's okay. Use those objects to help you add. So you're taking one group, one addend, plus another addend, and when you join them together, when you add them together, you get a sum.